I tried to write a script about this Milo Yiannopoulos controversy, which, if you don't know what it is, you're probably going to want to go find out for yourself how you feel, because this is not going to be some kind of video explaining why he didn't mean that and blah blah blah, because it's not my job to defend what he said, though I do believe the allegations are ridiculous. My issue right now is on the centrist to right side of the spectrum, because this obviously was designed to split the right into its own separate little factions again. The neocons, the strict conservatives, the libertarians from the liberal libertarians. It's just, everybody's trying to pull every bit of the right and centrist movement apart. Because how do you win? You divide and conquer. And unfortunately, this is a culture war. And Milo Yiannopoulos is much like punk rock used to be. Much like Woodstock used to be. He is the new counterculture. He is the new punk rock. And you know what? We all are. If you have the balls to stand up and say, I have my own opinions, it's not my job to defend other people's opinions, it is, though, my job to defend their ability to have those opinions, is something that is ridiculous, and it seems so very basic, but it is the ultimate rebellion at this point. And Milo Yiannopoulos has brought that to college campuses and said, you know what? The conservatives, the other people, the white male has a fucking voice. And the neocons and the leftists can't stand this. The videos or, evidence that Milo is pro-pedophilia come from a video from a year ago. And a video from, so we've got, January 2016 and also April of 2016. January being the Drunken Peasants, featuring The Amazing Atheist. He runs that stuff. I'm not saying anything about it, about him. Just, nope. So you had Drunken Peasants in January, and then you also had the Joe Rogan podcast in April of 2016. So, given that we're almost into March of 2017, somebody really had to dig to find this. Somebody really had to dig and dig. And you know what? The SJWs freaked out about this shit 6 months ago when he was on, not even that, longer than that, because he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, which has a huge reach. The SJWs were freaking out, and nobody really said much on the right. Nobody cared. This is a clear character assassination, and this issue is surrounded by the CPAC. Neocons don't want everybody else, the alt-center, alt-right, whatever you want to call it, this movement of change, they're trying to split it into tiny little fractions. Your conservatives can't get along with your typical Republicans, can't get along with your federalists, and they certainly can't get along with anyone on the alt-right. Or maybe even just a centrist. What? We used to be smarter than that. We used to not, even just a few months ago, we didn't eat each other alive like the left does. We're watching the left eat itself. And now we're happily walking into it. Not just the right. I mean also the centrists. I mean everyone who fights what the left has become. And you're letting them fracture us. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. and you are all letting them divide us. Everyone has to have some opinion on what he's said instead of just defending him for having an opinion that he has not acted upon. And just assuming that he has this opinion to begin with. This is a culture war, and this is a character assassination within this culture war because Milo Yiannopoulos has too much pull. They attacked PewDiePie, and now they're attacking Milo, and soon they're going to be attacking someone else. I bet just next week there will be another character assassination, and it'll probably, I'm guessing, come from probably within the Trump circle, because they just tried to take out 2 internet personalities. So, obviously they have to do a little back and forth, with the culture war and the public political war. You have to remember, if you're not a leftist anymore, if you are not left of center, involved in identity politics, if you're not, I don't even know how to put this. I really don't. If you're outside the crazy alt-left that has become the entire popular left, don't let them bait you into this. Because they're trying to separate all of us who have banded against what the left has become. And those of you on the right who are condemning him obviously have not looked into what you're talking about, for one. Because if I wanted to, I could break down point for point how he was not saying what everyone says that he was saying. For instance, boy in gay culture often refers to a young man. Think twinks. So when you say younger boys, he means younger men. Yeah? Okay. So, just that alone, there you go. Like I said, I'm not getting into defending him, and I couldn't even script this video because I'm just so irritated, because this is a culture war. This is a culture war, and nobody wants to admit that. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that certain people are trying to drag down every single person who doesn't agree with the establishment right and everything that has become the left, which is so extreme to this point now. Because if you keep going downhill in a shopping cart, eventually you're gonna fucking hit something. And the leftists were like, okay, let's maybe walk this down the hill, maybe. We'll walk it down. And they've completely lost control, and the right is going, hey. And the right and the center is going, hey. Okay. You're about to crash into a tree. Please don't. No. Oh, fuck. They crashed into a tree and we're trying to fix it. And they're trying to crash us into another tree and you're letting them. I really couldn't write something about this. I'm not even gonna edit this. There will be moments of silence. You'll hear my gasps. And that sort of thing. I can't believe that we're being divided as easily as we are. It's ridiculous, and it makes me angry. For instance, if you look at our conspiracy on Reddit, that used to be a pretty solid subforum. Nope. They went nuts over this issue. They went nuts over it. It's clearly used to separate us all, and the people that think that they're smart on our conspiracy are attacking Milo just the same, even though he is clearly, this character assassination is clearly because he has too much reach, and they're trying to separate the people he has reach towards. It's insane that even the smart people are letting them do this to us now, after we've gotten so far. It's just insane. It is honestly insane. All of this. People are trying to get you to hate this person or that person. Well, you know what? I'm not going to. And I'm also not going to explain to you my opinions just because you have a ridiculous notion that you have to put your virtue on display constantly. I don't care whether you agree with what someone said or not. It is no longer, what? Like, you don't introduce your friend like, hey, this is Bob. I don't agree with everything that comes out of his mouth, but I like him nonetheless. That's not something that should have to happen. But now it does, and you're letting it get worse. What are you doing? I'm probably shouting, and this is probably clipping the mic, and I am so sorry if it is, but holy fucking God. How in the shit? I honestly can't even form rational things at this point. I can't. God damn it.